Competing on vault for the senior women, we begin with an absolute living legend. Oksana Chusovitna of Uzbekistan turned 51 last week. This is her big return competition after competing rather sparsely on the World Cup circuit earlier this year and skipping the second half of the competition season in 2025. She said that she wanted to prepare herself for this year and what's to come. One of the new sensations on vault in the world is Nguyen Thi Nguyen Nhu of Vietnam. The 27-year-old has been enjoying a breakout couple of years. She recently won gold at the World Challenge Cup in Tashkent. The Olympic bronze medalist on this apparatus from Tokyo 2020, the Republic of Korea's Yo Sojong, the top qualifier here. The Republic of Korea's vault princess. Someone who has a reputation for being a stick machine on vault, Miyata Shoko of Japan, the 21-year-old from Kyoto, the absolute star of last summer's World University Games, including on the vault. There is a huge cheer that goes up for Du Siyu, the 23-year-old from Anhui province, who was the 5th strongest in qualification. Du, a gymnast who does things her own way and in her own time. The Tokyo 2020 Olympian Pranati Nayak of India, someone who has won 2 bronze medals at Asian Championships on the vault, rejuvenated and back from an ankle injury that she sustained last year. Somebody with a real penchant for difficulty, representing the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. This is 19-year-old Jo Kyung-byul. And our final competitor on vault is another familiar face from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the Olympian from Paris and the vault finalist there, An Chang-ok, the Asian Games champion on vault, and the reigning one, by the way. Taking first to the uneven bars, the reigning World Junior all-around champion, Minamino Yume of Japan, somebody who has her own release skill already named after her in the women's code of points, all that at just 14 years old still. From Chinese Taipei, this is Cho Mei, the 15-year-old, best known at this point for her work on the balance beam, but that may well be about to change. She's great on bars as well. Chinese difficulty on uneven bars is always a standout, and this gymnast is no exception. Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China, the 2nd strongest qualifier. Her score 14.5 a couple days ago. One of the youngest competitors here at just 13 years old, Singapore's Emmanuel Tan has been highly impressive so far. 8th place in the all-around and a final on uneven bars to come. Saida Kasimjanova of Kazakhstan, the 9th strongest in qualification. The 14-year-old was also 6th in the all-around competition here. Another very young prospect from Kazakhstan. Here is Ilana Razdikova, somebody with tremendous potential on this apparatus.
Representing the People's Republic of China,
Big applause greets the new all-around junior Asian champion, Zhang Qi of the People's Republic of China. She was the top qualifier on uneven bars, 14.7 her score. Nakashima Kanon of Japan was fourth strongest in the qualification. Don't count her out.
ladies and gentlemen, the gymnasts.
There you have it, the 8 gymnasts who will be contesting the junior uneven bars final and the senior vault final. This is going to be exciting. Here's the start list for women's vault. We will begin with Oksana Chusovitina, going right after her Nguyen Guen Nhu of Vietnam, the 27-year-old from Ho Chi Minh City, somebody who really could make an impact on the leaderboard. But we'll get more into that. Meanwhile, on uneven bars, Minamino Yume. It's another chance to see the young rising Japanese star and potentially her very big, intriguing release move that was named after her after the Junior World Championships in Manila last year. And that's not all. We will have 2 Chinese competitors in this final as well. And we will be seeing gymnasts from Chinese Taipei, Singapore, and Kazakhstan, as well as Japan in this final. But as the gymnasts take their final warm-ups on both vault and uneven bars, let's just look down the field at the moment on women's vault. Of course, there is Oksana Chusovitina in the first 4. She is everywhere, a standout performer always, somebody who has not been having the best time of late when it comes to getting onto major podiums. She has had some injury struggles, and at the World Challenge Cup in Tashkent just several weeks ago, she also looked not quite in her top form, but she says that it is all part of her plan. She doesn't necessarily need to be at her very best right here, right now. Qualifying to the 2028 Olympics is her top priority. Meanwhile, on uneven bars, we are seeing the best of the young gymnasts of Asia. There is Oksana Chusovitina, and next to her, Nguyen Guen Nhu. What a story the young Vietnamese gymnast is. She's 27 years old, and she actually had her breakout performance at the last Asian Championships. She took silver there, which was an amazing result for her, given that in the early years, her teen years, her early years of adulthood, she wasn't necessarily considered somebody who could contend for top podiums. But she has been a late bloomer. She's proved everybody wrong. As for Chusovitina, she just keeps going and going and looking fantastic, by the way. She stuck, or nearly stuck, both of her vaults in the qualification to get to this point. That's the vault that has really put Nguyen Guen Nhu on the map, the double twisting Sukahara. For her, things are kind of a story of 2 vaults. She has an excellent first jump when it comes to difficulty and execution. Her second vault, not as difficult, and that could impact her average score here. Of course, on vault, as always, it is the combination of 2 vaults that counts, and that is going to get gymnasts on the podium or not. You cannot count out Miyata Shoko of Japan, somebody who came to prominence really as somebody who could stick her vaults. She's got an excellent double twisting Yurchenko, Sukahara style second vault.
Senior women's vault final and the junior women's uneven bars final starts now.
There is Emmanuel Tan of Singapore. Again, just 13 years old, the only 13-year-old, I believe, in this apparatus final. And we will be seeing her again tomorrow. She's qualified for multiple finals here. Making her final preparations, Oksana Chusovitina of Uzbekistan. Chusovitina, somebody who has been vaulting at the international level since 1989. Just think about that. 51 years young and still so supremely competitive. The judging panel's getting ready to evaluate this competition. Here are gymnasts in the second group of four, including the top qualifier, Yo So-jong of the Republic of Korea. She's standing up, and that's Pranati Nayak, the 2020 Olympian from India, the 8th strongest in this qualification. Chusovitina ready to go. She has stood in this very position countless times in her career. How lovely to see her once more at the Asian Championships. Oksana Chusovitina of Uzbekistan setting herself, aiming for a place on the podium. It's a very clean start for Chusovitina. This is not Chusovitina competing at full force. Compared to what she's done in the past, this is a relatively elementary vault, the Sukahara style with the full twist. But as she herself has said, her goal is not necessarily winning this year. It is competing well and potentially qualifying to the 2028 Olympic Games. Quite textbook in the air, she maintains a very good straight body position, just a slight bit of pike as she comes down and finishes the after flight off the table. But it's well flighted and very secure. The gymnast quite particular about the exact setting of the board. Nothing about these vaults is left to chance. The gymnasts know exactly how many steps they're going to take, down to the inch where they are going to start on the runway. And there's a lot of visualization that goes into these vaults as well. Chusovitina says she feels that she is young, and she says she doesn't think about anything else. She has reduced her training time, however, preferring to train rather in short, intense bursts than the more long, drawn-out hours that one does when one's young. 12.933, the score for Chusovitina for her first vault. We're going to see a different entry position for her second vault, instead of coming onto the table sideways. I believe she's going to come on in the forward position, the handspring position. Really nice handspring front layout half. That is an increase of 0.6 of a point from what she did in qualification. And see how she is loved by the crowd here in Zunyi. This is an audience that knows it's gymnastics, and if you know gymnastics, you know Oksana Chusovitina. Good approach. And while there is a slight pike position maintained in the air, it's just so steady. Slight leg separation in the pre-flight before her hands touch the table also. But there is no arguing with the power that underpins this vault, nor the love that underpins Oksana Chusovitina's gymnastics. Over to the uneven bars and the world junior all-around champion. Just 14 years old, here is Minamino Yume. She does have the release skill named after her on this apparatus. Let's see if she goes for it today. She doesn't always do it. Indeed, from an inverted giant, just a pike Jaeger, no full twist today, but really cleanly executed. Downy release skill, stalled her in. Pike Kacha, not connected with the pack salto today. She might be playing it a little bit safe, but this is very steady. The in-bar Ginger in combination. And winding up for a very good double layout, just a hop forward. Minamino Yume of Japan. It's a very solid start to her apparatus finals. Here's one of the most important release combinations in her routine. She does catch the bar with bent elbows coming out of the pike Jaeger. And there's the Downy, opts to kip off. We can imagine that she might be looking to connect these two skills, the Downy to the pack salto, in future competitions. There's the ubiquitous Maloney release skill. She does it once more in combination with a Ginger. Very nice swing throughout this exercise and real calmness displayed on the dismount. Small hop forward. Good routine for Minamino Yume of Japan. We can expect that the score will go up for Oksana Chusovitina on Vault 2. It does, 12.533. And that gives her an average of 12.733. Something to shoot for the next 7 competitors in this field. Speaking of shooting for the stars, Nguyen Thi Nguyen Nhu of Vietnam will really lift off with this first vault, the double twisting Sukahara. She does this so well.
On the bound, representing Vietnam, Nguyen Thi Nguyen Nhu.
Now, pay very close attention to this first vault from Nguyen Thi Nguyen Nhu of Vietnam. It is one of the best on the continent. Double twisting Sukahara, here we go. Lovely. About the only thing you could wish for her to do is stick that vault. She has come closer in competitions in the past, but how great it is to see this 27-year-old come out in the Continental final and just nail a vault. She was 10th in her World Championships debut in Jakarta last year. Her legs are slightly crossed at the ankles in the air, and that doesn't help her on the landing, but she is all right. Nguyen has overcome a lot in her gymnastics. There was a neck injury that could have been quite serious several years ago. She's also talked about having to overcome financial difficulties when she was a younger woman that affected her ability to train and compete. But her talent is finally being recognized, and she has been positively thriving. After the World Championships, she went to the Southeast Asian Games and won silver on vault. And then came the Tashkent World Challenge Cup just a few weeks ago, where she won gold. And that was her debut on the World Cup circuit. 13.833 for that double twisting Sukahara, and well deserved for Nguyen. What she needs to be even more competitive is a harder second vault. This had a difficulty score of only 4.0 in the qualification. It's her standby second vault. She does do it very well. A well-controlled handspring front pike half. We'll have to take a look at the replay and see if she did step outside of the red lines that denote the barrier with 1 foot. If she did, that will be a penalty of just 1/10 of a point. The approach is really good. It's really high. She gets great lift, and it looks like she does keep her foot within the red tape. The line is in gymnastics, so there should be no penalty. She will lose perhaps 3/10 of a point in execution for that step backwards and to the side on the landing. And again, the difficulty on this second vault is only 4.0. It's nowhere near what we saw from the first vault, which is 5.2. 13.633, meanwhile, is the score for Minamino on the uneven bars. To 15-year-old Cho Mei of Chinese Taipei on the uneven bars. 10th strongest in qualification, and a really big, well-flighted Jaeger to open this routine. And a nicely done full twisting double tuck dismount. She just gets that last quarter turn around in the somersault and finds a really good landing. The highlight of this exercise is this opening release. Great amplitude to it. She's also quite precise in the handstands on that bail transition to the low bar where she kips off. And once more, we see a near vertical, I'd call it vertical, 12 o'clock position in the handstand. She could stand to have a little more amplitude on the transitions from the high bar to the low bar and back up to the high bar. But that was a very solid dismount for the 15-year-old. Awaiting her score, Nguyen Thi Nguyen Nhu of Vietnam. A gymnast who is very familiar with competing at the Asian Championships. She actually made her debut here nearly 10 years ago in 2017. Waiting her turn to compete, Yo So-jong, the gymnast known as the Princess of Vault in the Republic of Korea. Second vault, 12.666, so 13.149. The score for Nguyen Thi Nguyen Nhu. She moves into the lead. And the vault has been set just a little bit higher for Yo So-jong. The Tokyo Olympic bronze medalist, a gymnast who has had tremendous success at the Asian Championships on vault. This is going to be a handspring Rudy, and it's terrific. Beautiful. Yo So-jong of the Republic of Korea making a big statement with that first vault. Everything is just fine in her world. She recently won the Korean national team trials, which earned her a place not only here in Zunyi, but at the Asian Games later this summer and at the World Championships in the fall. You cannot argue with vaulting like that. The post-flight is terrific, but the pre-flight has such amplitude and power as well. As a teenager, Yo So-jong actually thought about quitting the sport because of the pressure of living up to parental expectations. Her father, Yo Hong-chul, won vault silver at the Olympic Games in Atlanta in 1996. Both father and daughter have vaults named for them in the Code of Points. And actually, this story has a happy ending because Yo So-jong says that her success at the Asian Games in 2018 changed all of that. Her parents told her to just have fun with her gymnastics, just enjoy competing and doing what she does so well. She says that before the Asian Games in 2018, she wanted people to call her Yo So-jung and not Yo Hong-chul's daughter. 14.333 is the first score for Yo So-jong of the Republic of Korea. We're going to see something completely different from her for her second vault. This should be a double twisting Yurchenko, and it is just as good as the first. Such control from Yo So-jong of the Republic of Korea, and look at that, an explosion of joy to match the explosive power of her vaulting. Today, she's gotten her wish. She is Yo So-jong, Princess of Vault. Already an Asian champion on this apparatus multiple times. And somebody who is going to make it with these two vaults very difficult for the rest of the field. Meanwhile, for Cho Mei, the score is 11.833 on uneven bars. That is an improvement of more than a point compared to what she did in qualification. Good on her. We turn now to a gymnast with one of the most difficult routines on the continent. Here is 15-year-old Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China. She's got a complicated routine and she delivers it beautifully. In-bar stalder elements combined with a pack salto. Her handstands look right on. Great power coming out of the Maloney transition into the in-bar ginger. And look once again, the in-bar stalder. What a beautiful Jaeger. Oh my goodness. Just the dismount. Gorgeous full twisting double layout. Gorgeous routine. Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China. Remember the name. One reason this has so much difficulty is because of these in-bar stalder elements where the ankles come between the hands, but they don't actually touch the bar. And this routine is full of those elements. It's also got beautiful handstand work and a really wonderful rhythm. And just look how far above the bar she gets on that Jaeger. Really good catch position as well, with the arms fully extended. And this a dismount we don't see too often from Chinese gymnasts, double layout with a full twist. We see a lot of double layouts. She takes it and adds the twist, upping the ante. Yeo Se-jong earns 13.966 for her second vault. 14.349 is her average, and we have a new leader. To Miyata Shoko of Japan. The fourth strongest in qualification, room to improve on her second vault in particular. This first vault, double twisting Yurchenko, is usually excellent. And so it is today. Very nice block from the table, efficient twist, and a good landing. Miyata Shoko, somebody who has been the Japanese all-around champion, always very reliable with this double twisting Yurchenko. There is a very slight bend in her left leg. She's willing herself to make the twist around, and just some crossed ankles in the air. But overall, it's a very nice piece of vaulting from the 21-year-old. When it comes to the execution of all of these vaults, the judges are looking nominally at body position to see whether the legs come apart during any phase of the vault, also whether the toes are pointed, and whether the twist is complete. 13.833 for Miyata on vault 1. She's ticked all of the boxes. This second vault was harder for her in the qualification. She actually went out of bounds with both feet, incurring the 0.3 of a point penalty. Let's see if she can keep things steady and clean here. And she's gone for a much harder vault than what we saw from her in qualification. She does look a bit relieved to land that Lopez. Nicely done. This is complex. There's a round off onto the springboard, a half turn onto the table, and then a front layout somersault with a half twist off. She does a great job of maintaining the laid out position all the way through, gets the proper block from the table that she needs, and she's just so stretched out. No penalties incurred there either. This is going to be a big number for Xie. 14.5 for Xie Guying. She has tied exactly what she did in the qualification. It's a routine and a score that would be competitive in any venue, anywhere in the world. Next up, Emmanuel Tan of Singapore, one of the bright young rising stars from this nation. Good clear hip and stalder work. And a toe straddle shoot to the high bar. solid pirouetting work, just a little bit out of handstand as she finishes her full turn, and a very clean double tuck dismount. Nice job by Emmanuel Tan. Tan was very impressive in the all-around competition here, and it's due to clean gymnastics like this. Those skills on uneven bars, not particularly difficult in this code of points, but done in textbook fashion. She has obviously got really good basics.
The time is 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Very efficient double tuck dismount as well. And let's not forget, she might not have the difficulty to contend for a medal today, but she is just 13 years old. And we don't see too many 13-year-olds in apparatus finals at the Asian Championships. 13.433, the second vault for Miata. 13.833 was her first vault. So 13.633 is her average. And right now, that puts her in medal contention with four gymnasts still left to compete in the vault final. Meanwhile, 10.5 is the number for Emmanuel Tan. That's very consistent with what she did in the qualification. Coming up on vault, the likes of Zunyi of the People's Republic of China. We'll also see the Tokyo Olympian Pranati Nayak of India and two gymnasts from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Those two gymnasts have the hardest two vaults in this competition, arguably. Jo Kyung-byul and An Chang-ok. And if they are able to land them cleanly, we could see some dramatic changes to the leaderboard here. And Chang-ok, of course, reputed as the reigning Asian Games champion on vault and on uneven bars as well. An Olympic finalist in Paris on this apparatus too. And Jo Kyung-byul, we haven't seen too much of her in international competition, but when we have, she has really stunned with the difficulty of her vaults. Leading the way right now, Yo So-jong of the Republic of Korea, and in second place, Miyata Shoko of Japan. In bronze medal position right now, Nguyen Thi Nguyen Nhu of Vietnam. Thanks to that scintillating first vault, the double twisting Sukahara.
Gymnasts, 30 seconds remaining for your warm-up.
We mentioned the difficulty when it comes to the last two gymnasts who will perform on vault in this final. We're likely to be seeing a handspring Rudy, handspring front 1.5 twist from Jo Kyung-byul. And we might well see both an Amanar and a Cheng from An Chang-ok. There's a deeply focused Du Siyu, who will be first up in this next part of the competition. China leading the way in the junior uneven bars final so far. Xie Guying, just incredible work for 14.5.
On bound, representing the People's Republic of China, Zunyi.
There's a huge ovation for Du Siyu of the People's Republic of China as she gets ready to perform her first vault. We're anticipating this will be a double twisting Yurchenko. Slightly jarred on the landing, but fully rotated in her twist, Du Xiyu. She's had such an unusual path to this Asian Championships. She actually retired fully from gymnastics and went to university after the National Games back in 2021. She lived a normal student life for a year. She didn't train at all, and she just began going back to the gym for fun in 2022 and realized that she still loved the sport and wanted to come back to elite training. That's so unusual in this country, but it's really worked for her and has given her a lot of perspective. Her gymnastics has such focused maturity to it. She said that she had to convince a lot of people that coming back to the elite scene was a good idea. But I think anybody who watches that first vault in this competition would agree that yes, she did make the right decision. It's interesting to see her in a vault final as well, because earlier on in her career, she was regarded as an exceptional talent on uneven bars, but not necessarily on this apparatus. It's been an evolution for her, something she's worked very hard at. 13.733, the score for Du's first vault. And just like we saw from Nguyen Thi Nguyen Nhu, this second vault does not have the difficulty caliber of the first exercise. You see it flashing on the board just to her right. 4.0, the difficulty tariff for this. Handspring front layout with a half twist. Just a bit piked in the after flight, but once again, a solid vault from Du Xiyu. Here's the approach. Good push off the table, gets her well into the air, plenty of time to complete the half twist and go out for a good landing. Good extension. She really uses the mechanics of the vault, the physics, to get a good push from the table. Representing Kazakhstan, here is Saida Kasimjanova, a 14-year-old, the sixth strongest in the all-around competition. She has very good fundamentals on the uneven bars, nice stalders that open up this routine. Stalder blind through to Jaeger. Really good. And make sure to hit the handstand in the half turn. Good toe stalder full. And just a very simple front layout, half twist dismount, but something that she can land without much trouble after a routine that might test the endurance of many gymnasts. There's a lot of really intricate pirouetting in the second half on the high bar. And this is clearly something that she works very hard at. She also takes her time. She doesn't rush through her elements. And she's very attentive to the handstand positions. All of these elements need to be finished in handstand or within a few degrees of the handstand in order to not incur major deductions. It's a nicely performed routine by Kasimjanova. Second vault score coming in now for Du Xiyu, 12.766. Her average, 13.449. So Du Xiyu moves into the provisional bronze medal spot. Yo So-jong still in the lead. Next to come, the 2020 Olympian Pranati Nayak of India, twice an Asian Championships bronze medalist on vault. She opens up with a full twisting Sukahara, businesslike. Bit of a cross step on the landing, but really good in the air. She said that she'd been focusing on the little things in her execution leading up to this Asian Championship. She felt that was really where she needed to improve. The layout position is maintained throughout, and it's a rather careful landing. Nayak, of course, did suffer an ankle injury last year that has taken her some time to recover from. She said she was so encouraged by winning silver on vault at the World Challenge Cup in Tashkent recently. She hadn't competed for about 6 months before that. She says that she went to Uzbekistan to get her confidence back, and it has worked. Team India has enjoyed unprecedented success here in Zunyi, particularly on this apparatus. But more on that in just a moment as the score of 12.9 flashes for Pranati Nayak. The junior Asian champion on vault in the men's competition is a young gymnast from India, Harshit Damodaran. He won that here last week. Meanwhile, we return our focus to the second vault of Nayak. Oh, that's lovely. Handspring front with a full twist. It's to the judge's discretion whether that is going to be judged as piked or laid out. They thought it was piked in the opening round. And let's take a closer look from this angle. Yes, indeed, there is a clear pike position displayed just after her block. But this was really tidy in the air. The legs basically don't come apart until right before the landing. She will have a 1/10 of a point penalty for putting her left foot out of bounds. Score is in for Saida Kasimjanova, 11.2 and fourth place on uneven bars right now. Kazakhstan surprised a lot of people by winning the team bronze medal in the junior women's competition. She was a key part of it. Ilana Razdikova now takes to the bars. Tidy Kacha to open up this routine. Very nice front stalder work and a front stalder with a half turn. Stalder full twist, finished a bit out of handstand. That will be a slight deduction. And then a little leg separation on her transition to the low bar. And just a very simple layout dismount. Evidently, the strategy for these young Kazakh gymnasts is not to push the difficulty on the dismount, and that is quite all right, smart even. These are gymnasts that are building for the future. This was very interesting to watch from Razdikova. She really dances around in the pirouettes, especially on the high bar. And there are two places in the routine where she makes a significant adjustment in the handstand to position herself to do more pirouettes. This is one of them. You see her just walking around on her hands casually while on top of the bar in handstand. And then a full pirouette just into the clean, solid layout. The future of Kazakhstan women's gymnastics right there, perhaps. Meanwhile, score for vault 2 is 12.7 for Nyack, 13.0, and fifth place is her average and ranking. We can expect high difficulty vaulting from this gymnast. 19-year-old Jo Kyung-bol from Pyongyang. This is likely to be a double twisting Yurchenko. But no, she goes for the Rudy first vault, and very tidy it was too. She has switched the order of her vaults. She actually did this as her second vault in the qualification. The gymnast needs so much power and torque to get this front layout with 1.5 twists around. She does a really good job. Even if her chest is slightly low on landing, she dresses it up with her finish. She actually signaled that she was going to do the double twisting Yurchenko as a first vault. And what is signaled on the board behind her there is the vault that we just saw from her. There's no penalty for that, by the way. You are judged on what you do, not what you say that you are going to do. Jo Kyung-bol has been in this position before. She actually was the bronze medalist on vault from the Asian Championships 2 years ago. And she won vault silver at the World Cup in Cairo last year. The score 13.733 for that handspring Rudy from Jo Kyung-bol. The big question is, what is she going to do as an encore? We expect this to be a double twisting Yurchenko, but we'll see. And it is a double twisting Yurchenko, and a quite bouncy one. She is explosive power personified on the vault. Good approach, a strong round off, good push from the table, just a bit of leg separation in that repulsion phase with her arms on the table. We'll take another look at it here, though it's harder to see. But that's very obvious actually from that angle. The twist in the air, no problem at all. It's just the landing, which has a bit too much energy. Her teammate and Chang-ok looking on, liking what she saw. We have a score for Ilana Rezdikova, 11.933. And that is the provisional bronze medal for a gymnast who has already won a bronze with her team here. So Xie Guying maintaining the lead with 14.5. But up next is a gymnast who could match that and even surpass that. You are looking at the Asian Junior all-around champion. Zhong Qi of the People's Republic of China scored 14.7 for this exercise in the competition just a day ago. Let's see if she can hit it here. Well flighted in-bar, stalder, pirouettes, and transitions. There's the Maloney from a toe stalder, and a lovely, nearly laid out Ginger. In-bar blind, and then the full spin to the inverted giant position. This is great so far. Dismount, full twisting, double layout. Once more, an exceptional routine from this young Chinese gymnast who's so casual about it. No wonder she is considered one of the most exciting young gymnasts in China's program. There's quickness and rhythm and gorgeous form throughout this exercise. Look at the toe point, look at the handstand position. And such flight in her releases and gorgeous catches as well. There's the full spin to the inverted giant position. And she too dismounts with a full twisting double layout dismount. That is just so crisp. Second vault score for Jeo Kyung-byul is 13.466. And that gives her a total score of, if I am not mistaken, 13.799. And she benefits from the 0.2 of a point directional bonus that are up for grabs for gymnasts who do flipping in different directions after the repulsion phase of their vaults. Most of the gymnasts are getting that 0.2 of a point bonus in this final.
Representing Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Untangle.
Now to a gymnast who has been Asian champion on vault before. An Chang-ok packs in the difficulty here. That is the only Chang that you will see in this Asian Championships, and it's a very good one. There is so much that has to go right for a Chang to work. The round off, the half turn onto the table. We'll see it here. Round off onto the board, half turn to the table, and then a front layout with 1.5 twists. She is essentially twisting until her feet hit the ground. When it comes to body position, she is supposed to maintain the layout all the way through. She does pike it down a little bit, but that's being quite nitpicky because it carries a difficulty tariff that is so high. It's still going to get an exceptionally good score. Risk and reward, 14.066 for An Chang-ok's first vault. And what we are going to see from her here is nearly as difficult. She is posting a Yurchenko 2.5 twist, the Amanar. My goodness. And Chang-ok pulling out all of the stops in this women's vault final. Courageous vaulting from the 23-year-old from Pyongyang. She has all of the height that she needs to do this 2.5 twist. And she just makes it around. She wraps in really well. And there's no time for her really to open out her arms and go for a great landing, a solid one. But nonetheless, she's on her feet, and this has such difficulty. She is going to take a penalty of 0.3 of a point for putting both of her feet outside of the red line. There's going to be some execution deductions for the steps and for body position as well. But we could see a podium finish for An Chang-ok. The score is in for Zhang Qi, and it's 14.133. Second place right now with one gymnast still to go. And it's down quite some way from what she did in the preliminary competition. Minamino Yume already a team silver medalist and bronze medalist in the all-around here, currently in third position. One competitor left, and she comes from Japan. This is Nakashima Cannon. Fourth in qualification, a gymnast with a chance to climb onto the podium if she hits this routine well. It's a really interesting combination of skills, moving from the low bar to the high bar early on in this exercise. The Van Leeuwen transition. In bar Stalder blind to Pike Jaeger, really good. That's a hit routine. Lots to celebrate for Nakashima Cannon of Japan. There's the Kamova release, the in-bar Stalder Shaposhnikova. And this a really solid Van Leeuwen, one of the ubiquitous transitions in women's gymnastics on uneven bars today. Double tuck with a full twist on the second somersault. And how can you argue with a stuck landing like that? The uneven bars finalists in the junior division at this Asian Championships. Some nervous moments for An Chang-ok as she awaits her score for that Amanar second vault. It's 13.433, 13.949 is her average, and it's going to be a silver medal for An Chang-ok, which means that your champion is Yo Seo-jong of the Republic of Korea. She adds another Asian title to her collection. Silver medal this year for An Chang-ok of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and bronze to Miyata Shoko of Japan. Now, what is the number for Nakashima Cannon of Japan? At the moment, 13.633, wins bronze, but no, she's beaten at 13.833. And it's a bronze medal for Nakashima, which means that Xie Guying wins the junior uneven bars title here over her teammate, the all-around champion, Zhong Qi. Zhong taking the silver today. And Nakashima Cannon, the final competitor, coming through with the bronze medal. What a terrific pair of apparatus finals we have been treated to open up this 2 days of competition here in Zunyi.
Gymnasts, you may now exit the field of play.
The classified results in women's vault: Miyata Shoko winning bronze, An Chang-ok the silver, and Yo Seo-jong of the Republic of Korea the gold. In the junior women's uneven bars competition, Nakashima Cannon coming through with the bronze medal, Zhong Qi of the People's Republic of China the silver, and the gold to Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China as well.
Please welcome the senior women's uneven bars finalists.
Leading off the women's uneven bars final, a gymnast many are regarding as the future of the Japanese women's team, Nishiyama Misa. Already a highly reputed performer from the World Junior Championships last year and Japanese national competitions earlier this spring. Representing the People's Republic of China, Chu Chi-yuan, the Olympic silver medalist and 2023 world champion on uneven bars.
Representing Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Kim Kyung-rong.
Here is 19-year-old Kim Kyung-rong of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, a brand new face on the international scene.
Representing Republic of Korea,
Im Soo-min of the Republic of Korea, the 19-year-old, a very energetic performer.
representing Malaysia, Yo Lee-woon.
Malaysia's veteran Rachel Yeoh, the 27-year-old from Palau, and the top female gymnast in her nation.
Representing Democratic People's Republic of Korea, An Sang-mo.
Fresh from her medal on the vault, An Chang-ok of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the reigning Asian Games champion on the uneven bars. Someone with her own dismount in the code of points, Okamura Mana of Japan, the fourth strongest in qualification.
Representing the People's Republic of China,
And representing the host nation, Du Siyu of the People's Republic of China, the top qualifier in the uneven bars qualification with a score of 14.7.
and now, please welcome the Junior Women's Vault finalists. Representing
For the junior women's vault competition, first up will be Lee Hae-jin of the Republic of Korea, a gymnast competing in her second Junior Asian Championships.
representing the Philippines,
A 14-year-old and one of the top 10 performers in the all-around competition. From the Philippines, it's Chelsea May Mayo.
representing the People's Republic of China.
We've seen what she can do on the uneven bars, and it's fantastic. Now she takes to the vault. Xie Gu-ying, looking for her third gold medal of these championships.
Representing Kyrgyzstan, Mamasharipova Sarkar.
The 15-year-old from Bishkek, it's Saikal Mamasharipova of Kyrgyzstan. She just missed a medal in the vault final at the Voronin Cup last year. What can she do here? Yekaterina Lebed of Kazakhstan, a team bronze medalist, already one of the impressive new faces, the 14-year-old. The all-around bronze medalist and the junior world all-around champion, Minamino Yume of Japan.
Representing Kazakhstan.
Another impressive youngster from Kazakhstan. This is Yeva Tatsieva. Tatsieva, the third strongest in vault qualification yesterday.
Representing the People's Republic of China.
Another gymnast with a strong chance at challenging for the podium, He Xin-yu of the People's Republic of China, noted for her elegant presentation and solid fundamentals across the four apparatus.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The new Asian champions on women's uneven bars and junior women's vault are among these competitors. But who will take gold, silver, and bronze? We are about to find out. Lights, chalk, action. The senior women's uneven bars finalist, Nishiyama Misa, will be first up, then the Olympic silver medalist in Chu Chi Yuen. Over on women's vault, the Republic of Korea's Lee Hae-jin getting things underway. The top qualifier on women's vault, Minamino Yume of Japan.
The warm-up for the first half starts now.
Champions of today, champions of the future as well. It's the Asian Continental Championships, and from wherever in the world you happen to be watching, welcome. We have already been treated to some spectacular performances here in Zunyi, and we expect that to continue. It won't just be today either. Tomorrow, the women's balance beam even and floor exercise finals taking place. Plenty of fireworks in this building as we get set for the senior women's uneven bars competition. Very interesting competition at that. Two competitors from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Kim Kyung-rong and An Cheng-ok, both chalking up for their warm-ups on the uneven bars. Meanwhile, the first four gymnasts to compete on women's vault going through their one-touches. Among them, the new champion on uneven bars, Xie Guying. Xie, the second strongest in the qualification on vault. We do expect to see a double twisting Yurchenko from her. There is the top qualifier into this uneven bars final, Du Siyu of the People's Republic of China. She will perform last. We can't say enough about the junior women's team from Kazakhstan, rising up to take the bronze medal in the team final yesterday. There is Chelsea May Mayo of the Philippines, just 14 years old, from Taguig City. She finished 9th in the all-around competition this year. She is the vault and all-around champion at the Singapore Open last year. So no surprise, perhaps, seeing her in this apparatus final. We'll be starting off on uneven bars with Nishiyama Misa, a gymnast who had a breakout competition at the World Junior Championships in Manila in the Philippines last year, late in the year. She's gone on to win the All Japan Championships this year, as well as the prestigious NHK trophy, and thus has established herself as perhaps the young competitor of the moment in Japan. The Japanese women, a team just packed with talent, exquisite execution, really thoughtful, creative routines. at the World Championships, Nishiyama Misa said that really she was just happy that she was able to keep up with her teammates, including her training partner, Minamine Yumo. Both of them trained together outside of Osaka. But the one thing that she took away from the Junior World Competition in Manila is that she still has a lot to learn. She says that she's a gymnast who hasn't yet reached her full potential, but she has improved tremendously since the World Championships. Taking to the bars now, Nishiyama Misa of Japan. In-bar Stalder to Van Leuven. Transition to begin the routine. Blind stoop through, and then that is the move, I believe, that was pioneered by Minamino Yume at the World Championships, full twisting Pike Jaeger. And a Maloney straight to in-bar Ginger. And a stuck full twisting double tuck dismount. Nishiyama Misa has upped her game for this Asian Championships. That's a flash of the form that won the two biggest competitions in Japan domestically this season. Her gymnastics is really difficult and very much on point. Nishiyama Misa continuing to make a statement. Look at the shoulder flexibility in this release sequence. Ending with, I believe, that is a full twisting Pike Jaeger. The judges might give it to her laid out. It's hard to know whether she's actually attempting that in the pike or the layout position, but either way, it's terrific. She's very conscientious throughout the exercise, and that carries through to the full twisting double tuck dismount. Not giving away much at all on the landing. And there her teammates celebrating with her. A routine of which she can be proud. Over to the vault, and Lee Hae-jin of the Republic of Korea, considered one of the best juniors in her nation. We are expecting a Yurchenko with full twist here, and that's exactly what we get. Just the tiniest of hops on landing from Lee Hae-jin. This is her second year at the Junior Asian Championships. She was here last year, finished 24th in the all-around competition, and was in the top 20 on balance beam as well. And she's really improved this vault over the last 12 months. This was very clean, secure, showing a good layout position. And a very good landing. The difficulty on vault 2, 3.8. So 0.4 of a point lower than that Yurchenko full that we just saw. First vault score 12.9 for E. Second vault, clean layout Sukahara. She really does have a very pretty laid out position in the air, and the Sukahara gives her a wonderful chance to display that. Good entry onto the table, and plenty of block to get good amplitude and really show off that extension on the somersault off. High fives all around for Lee Hae-jin. Meanwhile, the score is 14.2 for Nishiyama. That's up about 0.3 of a point from what she did in qualification. Now, this is an interesting story because Chu Chi-yuen of the People's Republic of China did not initially qualify for this uneven bars final. The Chinese actually withdrew Ka Chin-chin, the all-around champion, and they have given Chu Chi-yuen a chance here. So far, she's making the most of it. Excellent layout Jaeger, one of her trademarks. And there's the downy straight into pack salto. Very, very good. Van Leven. This is solid work from Chu Chi-yuen so far. Winding up. Full twisting double tuck dismount. Just a little hop. Great work from the world champion from 2023. How's that for a statement? One of the strongest Chinese gymnasts of her generation is back. This was terrific. The full inverted giant does it twice just to show it off. That grip position tests the shoulders so much. And then she does the layout Jaeger. This was her other major sequence that gets her bonus. The downy stalled her in. Pike Kachev straight to a pack salto. Here it is from another angle. She knows exactly where she needs to be to swing cleanly out of that. And then the dismount, full twisting, double tuck. For a hop like that, a gymnast only loses 0.1 of a point in execution. Nothing wrong at all with that routine by Chu Chi-yuen. And for Lee Hae-jin, 12.366 and 12.633 is the average for her two vaults. To Chelsea May Mayo of the Philippines, 9th strongest in the all-around competition. Here's her full twisting Yurchenko. Oh, that's very nice indeed. It's very easy to see why she is considered such a strong prospect for her country's future in women's gymnastics. She swept the gold medals at the International Gymnastics Invitational in Jakarta in Indonesia in 2022, and that brought her national attention in the Philippines. The afterflight on this is very good, even though she comes onto the table quite far back. Chelsea May Mayo says she started gymnastics when she was 5 years old. She actually saw some videos of gymnastics online and thought, hey, I would like to do that. She had been training as a swimmer, but from her earliest classes, she said that she found gymnastics more fun. 12.933, the score for her first vault. And this is going to be a more elementary second vault after her full twisting Yurchenko. The same thing minus the twist. A good solid Yurchenko layout for Chelsea May Mayo. Heartily applauded by coach and teammates. They are just thrilled with her participation here, particularly her making an apparatus final. Once again, good push, absorbing the table after her back handspring right here. And that allows her the lift to do such a clean layout off. We are about to see the score for Chu Chiyuan of the People's Republic of China, and it's a big one. 14.833. That is a full mark higher than what she did in the qualification the other day. A routine worthy of the world champion and Olympic medalist that she is. From the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, here is Kim Kyung-rung, a brand new face on the international scene and somebody who has quite a lot of difficulty in this exercise. Weiler Kip on the high bar, right to Stalder full, and then Kachev to pack salto. It's a really unique sequence of elements and well performed too. Maloney transition through to in-bar Ginger. Nicely done. Strong work so far. And a full twisting double tuck dismount. The excellent debut continues from Kim Kyung-rung. This routine was 8th strongest in qualification. She comes from the port city of Nampo, which was initially a small fishing village. It's also known for the apples that are grown in the region, a famous local product. The Weiler Kip, something we often see on the low bar in elite gymnastics. She chooses to do it on the horizontal bar. It gives the routine a different look, a unique look, the way that she has put these elements together. Occasionally, her handstands are a little bit short, but there's so much difficulty in this exercise. And a very competent full twisting double back dismount. The second score for Chelsea May Mayo, 12.433. She earns a 12.683 as an average. Already with 1 gold medal on the day, here is Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China. The 15-year-old from Hunan province begins with a double twisting Yurchenko. And what a double twisting Yurchenko. Nearly stuck by Xie. It's so nice to see her having a moment here in apparatus finals. In the team and all-around competition, she actually had the 3rd strongest mark in the all-around, but she did not receive the bronze medal. And that's because there were 2 Chinese gymnasts in front of her who won gold and silver. And technically, only 2, the top 2, can count for the medal standings. But obviously that was no fluke given what she's shown us on the uneven bars. And now with this really beautiful double twisting Yurchenko vault. Just making totally sure of herself with that step on the landing. She first attracted notice for her uneven bars routine as she carries in a score of 14.0 for her first vault. But she is emerging as a real all-around prospect, and these 2 vaults are a big part of that. Second vault should be a Yurchenko full. It is. Once again, a top-tier performance by Xie Guying. What a dynamic young performer. And what she is showing here is that she can compete with anyone on the continent. It's a simplified version of the first vault that she did, and it is just as pretty in the air. Such good basics, such a nice layout position. Yes, there will be a small deduction for the landing, but how can you not be pleased with work like that? The score for Kim Kyung-ryong, 14-13 even, .466 on uneven bars. And that is the provisional bronze medal at the moment for Kim.
On uneven bars representing Republic of Korea.
This is our first look at Im Soo-min of the Republic of Korea, a 19-year-old. She made the floor exercise final at the Asian Championships last year. Here she is on uneven bars. Maloney to begin, right into a pack salto. Toestalder has to make a small correction, but she is through the Van Leeuwen safely. The blind, straddle Jaeger. Full twisting, double tuck and too low. Not enough rotation on the landing, alas, for Im Soo-min. Im, who has been a champion at the Korean National Sports Festival last year. She also had a very strong junior career. Here's the early part of the routine, the Maloney, Stalder Shaposhnikova, right back down to the low bar with the pack salto. Combinations like that give the gymnast valuable bonus points. She was right on top of the bar in the handstand after the blind change before this straddle Jaeger. Uneven bars is a very fatiguing apparatus, and sometimes that comes through on the dismount. She didn't have quite enough tap in the giant before to really hang it up in the air and get the momentum that she needed. The result, a fall on the dismount, so a full mark deduction. Meanwhile, for Shigu Ying, 13.266 and 13.633, her average on vault.
On vault, representing Kyrgyzstan.
The next two compete from Kyrgyzstan, Saikal Mamasharipova. We're going to see two vaults that are not high-level difficulty, but well-performed. The first, a Sugahara in the pike position. That has a difficulty of 3.4, and it puts her at a disadvantage as far as the medal podium is concerned, because most of the gymnasts have difficulty of something in the range of 4.2. Occasionally, we're seeing a 5.0 difficulty. And this, while it is very good, is just 3.4. But the execution is going to be very strong. In the 8s, I would say. She's been very consistent of late with these vaults. She was a finalist at the Veronin Cup last year, where she finished 6th in the all-around competition. 11.9 for Vault 1 for Mamasharipova. This is the harder of the two vaults, 3.6 difficulty. Handspring front tuck, well controlled. Mama Sharipova comes from Bishkek, the city that is settled in the dramatic shadow of the Tian Shan Mountains. Very beautiful part of the world. This is an impressive second vault. She gets great height from the block. And just look how she pops off the table in time to get this really efficient front tuck around. Good controlled landing as well. Kyrgyzstan having a real moment in gymnastics of late. For Im Soo-min, it is 11.8 on the uneven bars. And I mentioned Kyrgyzstan in not just artistic gymnastics, but rhythmic gymnastics. They have been really posting unprecedented results as we see a 12.083 average for Saikal Mamasharipova. We turn now to the second part of these apparatus finals. The last four gymnasts now taking their final warm-ups. On vault, we will see Minamino Yume once more. And the last competitor from China, Hershin Yu. We've also got two competitors from Kazakhstan in Yekaterina Lebed and Yeva Tatsieva. Chelsea Maymayo soaking in this experience, as well she should. Over on the uneven bars, Du Siyu will be the last to perform. Leading the way on bars at the moment, that woman, Chu Chi-yuen. Nishiyama Yisa is in second place. Kim Kyung-rong in third so far. And leading on the women's vault in the junior category, Xie Guying with an average of 13.633. Chelsea Maymayo of the Philippines currently second, followed by Yi Hei-jin.
Second half warm-up has ended. The second half of the senior women's uneven bars final and the junior women's vault final starts now.
The team from Malaysia preparing the uneven bars for the first competitor in this second half of the competition. Yoli Wen is the reigning Southeast Asian Games champion on this apparatus. And actually, she won that not only last year, but in 2021 as well.
On uneven bars representing Malaysia, Yoli Wen.
Malaysia's top female gymnast, Yoli Wen, the 27-year-old from Palau. Really nice front straddle Stalders opening this routine. Stalder Shaposhnikova, right to pack salto. Strong Maloney. Slight form break on the Ginger, but that's not going to cost her too much. Giants winding up to a beautiful full twisting double tuck dismount. Yoli Wen delighting the Malaysians here in Zunyi. She's such an experienced competitor. She's been to the Commonwealth Games. She finally made her World Championship debut last year in Jakarta, where she competed only on this apparatus. Back in 2015, she helped Malaysia to a 4th place finish as a team. And she's come back from a very serious knee injury that really could have ended her career back in 2017. But she has reestablished herself as one of the best on bars on the continent. It's always been her apparatus, this. And she's proven it once again here in Zunyi. To the team bronze medalist from Kazakhstan, Ekaterina Lebed, a 14-year-old. She shows us a very clean handspring front pike somersault. 2 large steps on the landing. But in the air, it looks terrific. Vault is considered her strongest apparatus, and you can see why, given the approach and especially the height that she gets. She has mastered the idea of block. It's a really well-flighted piece of gymnastics. Yes, there will be more than half a point in deductions for the landing, but better to have too much power, perhaps, than too little. Vault 1 for Ekaterina Lebed scores 12.333. And this is going to be the more difficult of her 2 vaults. The same thing as we saw in Vault 1, but with a half twist. A poised second going from Ekaterina Lebed of Kazakhstan. She competed at the Junior DTB Pokal Challenge in Germany earlier this year. She finished 25th in the all-around in that competition. And this is a vault that is going to turn some heads. Look at how high she is off the table. She really gets the full height of her body and then some. Time for a debrief. The score for Yoli Wen, 13.433 on an even bar. She sits now in 4th place. The lead continues to be held by Chu Chi-wen.
On uneven bars bars representing Democratic People's Republic of
Here
Korea.
is the reigning Asian Games uneven bars champion, An Chang-ok, the sixth strongest in qualifying, with potential to improve on this routine. Good uprise stalder work. Oh, but she has broken her grip, it looks like. Now, this is very interesting. Because it is her grip that is a problem, she may have the opportunity to start this routine. In the rules, a gymnast who has broken a grip can show it to the superior judge, as she does very quickly. And if she has got another one handy, she might be able to begin the exercise again. It looks like her grips are just made of simple strands of gym tape. And those more likely to come apart, actually, than the leather grips that many gymnasts wear that Velcro around the wrists. Here's a look at the routine. Uprise, Stalder full, pirouetting right into the Kachev, right to in-bar Ginger. It's a really intricate combination, that one that tests those kind of grips. In addition to testing the gymnast, it was a very good routine that An Chang-ok had going there. And now there's going to be a briefing from the jury. And very likely, I would guess that she is going to be allowed to start the routine over again. But we will see what happens. Okamura Mana of Japan, the next competitor, is having the bars chalked up for her. And so it might be that we see An Chang-ok at the end of the rotation, giving her some time to recover after the first part of that routine and regroup and just make sure that everything is okay with her grips. And in the meanwhile, we will carry on with the competition. Okamura Mana comes from Mie Prefecture, which is known as the spiritual heart of Japan, one of two historic birthplaces of the ninja. And she has some very sharp moves in this exercise. Lovely in-bar stalders, front stalder. Stalder to Maloney, and then cranks around the in-bar Ginger. Good handstand to follow. Let's see if she throws her trademark dismount here. She may not. Nope. Just a full twisting double tuck and her characteristic curtsy to the judges at the end of the routine. That is one of her personal trademarks. She's been doing that for as long as she's been competing internationally. And I really should not say just a full twisting double back dismount. She actually does have a very different dismount named for her in the women's code of points. She doesn't compete it very often, though. What she shows us in this exercise is great position in her handstands and a real silky swing. Beautiful toe point as well. Toe stalder full turn. And then the giant, and finally the full twisting double tuck. Okamura won the all-around bronze medal at the All Japan Championships this year. Meanwhile, the average for Yekaterina Lebed, 12.433 on vault. To Minamino Yume of Japan, the all-around bronze medalist here. This is an excellent apparatus for her. We anticipate that this will be a 1.5 twisting Yurchenko. And it is. Very competent. Of her performance at the Junior World Championships in Manila last year. She said she really felt that she was able to calm down more in the all-around after the team competition. And she said she was delighted to win the title. The mechanics of this are very good. And just the smallest of hops on the landing. She does come quite far onto the table, but she's able to crank around the 1.5 twist with no problems and go for an excellent landing. In the senior women's competition on vault, the gymnasts are required to show vaults with different entries onto the table. As Minamino earns 13.366. But in the junior competition, a gymnast, if she wants to, can show 2 vaults with the same entry style. And that is what we anticipate here. We're going to see another round-off entry. This will be the Yurchenko double twist, half a twist more than what we saw from her on the first vault. And that's a very nice looking vault from Minamino Yume of Japan. Well appreciated by the crowd and celebrated by the 14-year-old. Once again, another excellent turn on the vault. Nearly stuck this one. She is quite far back. And doesn't she look thrilled to make this around? She actually came in quite far onto the board on the round-off entry as well. But it didn't seem to matter when she pushed off the table. Okamura Mana waiting for her score, 13.7. And that is the provisional bronze medalist. Still leading the way, Chu Chiyuan. Nishiyama Misa in second place. And we are still waiting to see whether An Chang-ok is going to be given the opportunity to perform again. We turn now to Du Siyu of the People's Republic of China, the top qualifier. This a packed routine. Stalder Shaposhnikova, uprise Kachev, straight to pack salto. There's her Maloney, right to an in-barking. Oh, she's swinging this really well. Energetic work from Du. Full spin to inverts. Lovely Ono. Just the dismount. full twisting double layout. That was stunning. Do see you of the People's Republic of China. Yeah, that's a routine that you pump your fist about. Yes, indeed. All this from a gymnast who actually retired in 2021, went to university, lived the life of a normal person and not an elite athlete for a year before resuming training, and she has come back better than ever. Uneven bars was always her apparatus, and she shows us why with this routine. Bit more energy to it even than in the team final. Lovely series of full spins on one arm. And here, rather a new trend for Chinese women on uneven bars, the full twisting double layout. Over the years, we've become very accustomed to seeing a lot of double layouts. So everybody taking things to a new level here. Meanwhile, Mina Yume is in second place after that sequence of Yurchenko vaults. Still leading Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China. Chelsea May Mayo now in the provisional bronze medal position. Two more competitors to come. You are looking at Yeva Tatsieva of Kazakhstan. A 14-year-old who's going to open up with a Yurchenko full. That's a very good-looking vault from Yeva Tatsieva. She finished in the top 20 in the all-around at the DTB Pokal earlier this year. And this young team from Kazakhstan really has great things going for it. They have impressed all week with their solid, consistent skills. As we've seen a few times already in this final, the second vault is not going to be as difficult as the first, but it does give Tatsieva the chance to display variety. Score 1, 12.866. Oh, very interesting. She has upped the ante on that. That is a classic Omelianchuk style vault. The round off onto the table, half turn on and front tuck off. There's a lot happening here. Here's the round off, the half turn, and then she pushes up into the front tuck. Really good gymnastics on display from Tatsieva. And notice how straight she is. That means that she's executed the half turn really well after the round off and just perfectly aligned. Great landing as well. What's it going to be for Du Siyu? It's going to be potentially a silver medal, 14.4. And so China in line for a 1-2 finish here. Chu Chi-yuen and Du Siyu all smiles after that pair of routines. Nishiyama now in bronze medal position. Plenty to smile about for her as well. And as anticipated, we are going to see the performance of An Chang-ok. The 23-year-old from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea broke her grip during her first attempt at this routine. This is her second. Clean slate for An Chang-ok on uneven bars. Maloney, uprise, stalled her full, right to Kachev, right to Inbar Ginger. It's an impressive sequence of elements from An. Pike Jaeger. Slight leg separation on her pack salto. And makes the Van Leuven. Giants into full twisting, double tuck, and a stuck landing. Well, they say in life you don't get second chances, but in gymnastics you do, and that is only fair. Grip malfunction from An Chang-ok hampered her first performance, but according to the rules, as long as you show the judge what has happened, you are allowed to start the routine anew. And she took full advantage of her second opportunity. A lot of high-level gymnasts would marvel at the fact that she's using grips made of gym tape to do all of these really difficult skills. She is a very tough gymnast, physically and mentally. And needs more than 14.2 to get onto the podium here. That is the score given to us by Nishiyama Misa, currently in the bronze medal position. Meanwhile, Yeva Tatsieva with 12.633 as her average goes into fourth place. One gymnast remains. From the People's Republic of China, Xin Yu, the fourth strongest in qualification, another Chinese gymnast with a chance to climb onto the podium. The tidy Sukahara with a full twist. And that came from a 13-year-old from Hubei province. One of just 3 13-year-olds, 2 13-year-olds even, in today's junior apparatus finals. Even at her young age, her is really known for the elegance of her presentation. And that's not always something we get from gymnasts her age. It shows through in this vault as well. The fundamentals of this are really strong. The score 13.233 for Xin Yu. Second vault handspring front pike half. And the Chinese are loving it. Xin Yu, one of the latest prospects coming through the Chinese development system. China always on the lookout for strong female vaulters. Just a little bent in one of her arms, actually. She comes onto the table, but she makes this count. Well-defined pike position. There is a rather sizable step on the landing. That might cost her half a point. We'll see where this places her. And we'll see where this places An Chang-ok as well. She needs more than 14.2 to get onto the podium. 13.466 and fifth place for An Chang-ok. What that means is we have a new Asian champion on the uneven bars. She's been a world champion. She's been an Olympic medalist. She is the new Asian champion on bars. She is Chu Chi-yuen of the People's Republic of China. Her teammate Du Siyu taking the silver medal. And it's official now, Nishiyama Misa of Japan has the bronze. So a second bronze to go with her all-around finish for Nishiyama. Meanwhile, the vault finalists are all taking a moment to capture a memory that will follow them through the years. For so many of them, they will remember that things started for them here in Zunyi. So, 12.949 and bronze for He Xinyu. And what that means is that Xie Guying has another Asian title. Gold to Xie on vault. Silver for Minamina Yume. And a delighted He Xinyu becomes the youngest medalist in the individual apparatus final so far at these Asian Championships with bronze on vault. What an incredible day of competition. The first day of apparatus finals now complete here in Zunyi. So Nishiyama Misa with bronze, Du Siyu with silver, and Chu Chi-yuen riding high with the gold medal on uneven bars for the People's Republic of China. On vault, it is He Xinyu with bronze, Minamina Yume of Japan with silver, and the gold medalist, just like on uneven bars, Xie Guying of the host nation. Congratulations to all of them. It is now time for the women's vault ceremony at the 2026 Asian Championships. The champion for the third time from the Republic of Korea, Yo Sojong.
The award presenter for the medalist is
亚洲体操联合会女子技术委员会主席
President of the Women's Technical Committee of Asian Gymnastics Union, Lima Kazuka.
获得铜牌的是
Bronze medalist,
日本
Japan, Miyata Shogo.
How nice to see Miyata Shoko of Japan back on the medal podium on vault.
Silver medalist,
朝鲜
Democratic People's Republic of Korea, An Chang-ok.
The silver medal today for An Chang-ok of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Republic of Korea, Yo Sojong.
Gold in 2022, gold in 2023, and gold today on vault. Yo Sojong is your champion of Asia.
Thanks to the
One of the great vaulters of her generation, Yo Sojong.
体操联合会和泰山集团 开始，将为亚洲体操锦标赛提供特别奖金。感谢泰山集团的支持。
In recognition of the medal-winning gymnast, the Asian Gymnastics Union and Taishan Group, starting from this edition of the event, will provide special prize money for the Asian Gymnastics Championships. Mrs. Zillian and Taishan Group for its generous support.
有请山东泰山体育器材有限公司国际销售总监李渊博为获奖运动员颁发奖金牌。
Now, please welcome the presenter to present the prize money awards to the medal-winning gymnasts.
感谢颁奖嘉宾。
Thanks to the presenter.
女士们、先生们，请起立，面向旗帜，奏韩国国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand and face the flag for the anthem of Republic of Korea.
请坐下。
Please be seated.
A day to remember for Yo So-jong and the Republic of Korea.
Please take group photos.
She is delighting in her gold medal winning performance. Well deserved for her. The podium in the women's vault final: bronze to Miyata Shoko of Japan, silver to An Chang-ok of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and gold to Yo So-jong for the third time at the Asian Championships. The delight of Korean gymnastics.
女子跳。
The victory ceremony for the women's uneven bars is underway here in Zunyi. And it is China 1 and 2. The champion of Asia is Chi Chu-yuan of the People's Republic.
为获奖运动员颁奖的是
The award presenter for the medalist is
亚洲体操联合会女子技术委员会委员、中国体操协会副主席。
member of the Women's Technical Committee of the Asian Gymnastics Union, Vice President of the Chinese Gymnastics Association,
冯玉娟。获得铜牌的是
bronze medalist,
日本。
Japan, Nishiyama Misa.
The bronze medal to Nishiyama Misa, the rising star and a gymnast many consider the future of the Japanese women's team.
From China.
顾思雨。
With the silver is Du Siyu of the People's Republic of China. Another feather in the cap, a great accomplishment for the 23-year-old.
People's Republic of China.
邱其元。
Olympic medalist, world champion, and now Asian champion, Chu Chi-yuen of the People's Republic of China, with a show-stopping display on the uneven bars.
感谢颁奖嘉宾。
Thanks to the presenter.
为表彰获奖运动员，亚洲体操联合会和泰山集团从本次赛事开始，将为亚洲体操锦标赛提供特别奖金。感谢泰山集团的支持。
In recognition of the medal-winning gymnasts, the Asian Gymnastics Union and Taishan Group, starting from this edition of the event, will provide special prize money for the Asian Gymnastics Championships. We sincerely thank Taishan Group for its generous support.
有请山东泰山体育器材有限公司国际销售总监李渊博为获奖运动员颁发奖金牌。
Now please welcome the presenter to present the prize money boards to the medal-winning gymnasts.
感谢颁奖嘉宾。
Thanks to the presenter.
女士们、先生们，请起立，面向旗帜，奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand and face the flag for the anthem of the People's Republic of China.
请坐下。
Please be seated.
The national anthem of the People's Republic of China, played in honor of uneven bars champion Chu Chi-yuen. And the medalists in senior women's uneven bars competition: bronze to Nishiyama Misa of Japan, silver to Du Siyu of the People's Republic of China, and gold to Chu Chi-yuen.
祝贺获奖运动员。
Congratulations to all three.
Medalists.
第13届。
It is now time for the victory ceremony in the junior women's vault competition. With her first of 2 gold medals won today, Xie Guying, the 15-year-old from Hunan province, is the champion.
Presenter for the medalist is
广州珠江体育文化发展股份有限公司总经理助理
Assistant to the General Manager of Guangzhou Pearl River Sport Culture Development Company Limited.
张静。获得铜牌的是
Bronze medalist,
中国
the People's Republic of China.
何新宇。
A product of China's development system, the bronze medal won here by He Xinyu.
Silver medalist,
日本
Japan, Minamino Yome.
The World Junior all-around champion displays her qualities once more. Silver here to Minamino Yume of Japan.
The People's Republic of China.
谢虎英。
All of her training has paid off. Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China is the junior Asian champion on women's vault.
宾。
Thanks to the presenter.
女士们、先生们，请起立，面向旗帜，奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand and face the flag for the entrance of the People's Republic of China. Please be seated.
请获奖
Victory
队员
is
合影留念。
theirs.
All the medalists, please take group photos.
The medalists in the women's vault competition at the Junior Women's Asian Championships of 2026.
祝贺获奖队员
Congratulations to bronze medalist He Xinyu of the People's Republic of China, to silver medalist Minamino Yume of Japan, and to the champion Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China.
结束。
That's the end.
This is the victory ceremony for the women's uneven bars competition at the 2026 Asian Junior Championships in Zunyi. There is your champion, Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China.
The award presenter for the medalist is
贵州省体操运动发展中心副主任
Vice Director of Guizhou Provincial Gymnastic Development Center.
王万军。 获得铜牌的是
Bronze medalist,
日本
Japan, Nakashima Kano.
The bronze medal goes to Nakashima Kanon, a 15-year-old who competes for Let's Gymnastics Club in her home nation.
People's Republic of China.
钟琪。
The all-around junior champion, Zhang Qi, showing her merit once again with silver on the uneven bars.
The People's Republic of China.
谢虎英。
How lovely to see her getting her moment in the sun. Xie Guying of the People's Republic of China, taking the gold on uneven bars to match the one that she won on vault earlier today.
Thanks to the presenter.
女士们、先生们，请起立，面向旗帜，奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand and face the flag for the entrance of the People's Republic of China.
请坐下。
Please be seated.
The national anthem sung with gusto by uneven bars champion Xie Guying of China. That's a very happy looking women's uneven bars podium. Nakashima Kannon with the bronze for Japan. Zhong Qi with the silver for the People's Republic of China. And Xie Guying of China winning the title. Her third gold medal at these Junior Asian Championships.